I'm tripping over my words. What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Simply JoJo, and I'm back with another video. So this is a highly recommended video. I'm gonna give you my top 20 Netflix suggestions, and if you like the movies I suggest, comment down below and I will do another rendition, which I will do TV shows, binge worthy TV shows. And if you want to see Hulu suggestions, I can do that as well. So number 1, The Old Guard. I watched this movie the other day. It's about ancient warriors that basically they live forever, and they've been going through time, like trying to fix the issues, like the problems of society. It's really interesting. There's like, I don't want to give away the movie, so that's all I can tell you. Go and watch it and let me know if you like that movie. It's really great. Number 2, Insidious. They put Insidious back on Netflix. I love the whole Insidious franchise. I don't know if you guys watched it years ago when it first came out, but I would suggest watching it again, because you pick up on little things that you didn't realize. You're like really focused on the Insidious. But if you've never watched that type of movie, it's basically a horror film that has to do with astral projection. And basically this little boy, in his sleep, he astral projects and he gets lost, and they have to find him before he loses his body. That's all I can give. Number 3, The Boy. Another horror film, and basically, without giving too much away for the film, it's basically about this woman who has to take care of a doll for a family, and strange stuff starts happening like in the house. Like she starts losing like her shoes and stuff, and a lot of weird things happen. It's a good movie. Number 4, The Lorax. Come on, who doesn't like Dr. Seuss? The Lorax is based on a Dr. Seuss book called The Lorax, and it basically shines the light on like what we do in this world, which is like we're literally chopping down trees, ruining our ecosystem. And it's a nice children's film, but it's also for adults, because it teaches you a lot of great lessons. So I would suggest you watch that. 5. As Above, So Below. Great horror movie. It's not based on a true story. It's set in the Catacombs of Paris, and a lot of weird stuff happens in the catacombs. And basically what catacombs are, if you guys don't know what it is, they're like tunnel ways in Paris. Those are real. There are tunnel ways in Paris that lead, I don't know where they lead, but they're old tunnel ways in Paris that's been closed off. Number 6, The Help. I don't know if you guys watched this when it came out, but just letting you know, it's back. It's on Netflix. I love The Help. It's basically about a journalist who writes basically what like African Americans are going through in like segregation time, like as being like maids and stuff in people's houses. This is based in the South. I would suggest you watch it. Number 7, United 93. This movie is about September 11th. If you don't know what September 11th is, I really don't know what to tell you. Like, watch this movie. It's basically based on the events that happened in September 11th, like what the airlines were going through And I know some of the characters in the movie they're actually playing themselves in the movie. So it's a really great movie. It gives you a lot. It makes you think in the sense of like what actually happened that day, and it gives you a different perspective from what they teach you in school. So the next one is Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Veil. This is the Ted Bundy movie, and this is about his life. And Zac Efron, he did that. He really did that. It was, whew. Not to mention, he kind of looks like Ted Bundy a little bit. It was just weird. He did such an amazing job. You know, go watch that. And then we have Candyman. So this one is really, it's an older film, but it's basically about a folklore. It's like a demon called Candyman that manifests himself like when you call upon him. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever did that when you were younger. Bloody Mary. It's like along those lines. Like when people say, oh, you look in the mirror and you call Bloody Mary 3 times, he'll appear. It's kind of the same thing with Candyman. And although it's an old movie, it's like really like, it's a really good movie. And they are coming out with a reboot. The reboot is gonna be just as, hopefully it's just as good as the original. But if you're into older films, or if you're into like horror, this is type like a horror dark type of movie. It's really good. There is like, it's a huge plot twist that I wasn't expecting. So go watch that. I'm telling you right now, it's really good. Go watch that. Snowpiercer. So basically they live in a train. Like humanity now lives in a train that is constantly moving, and basically there's a class system. There's a third, second, and first class, like, and the people that live in the lowest class get like the dirt, nothing, just like this world. Like, you know how it is, middle class, upper class, lower class. It's basically foreshadowing that, but on a train. So they all live in different sections, and basically the third class rises up and overthrows the first class. That's all I can tell you. Let me know in the comment section below if you watched it and if you like it. 22. And it's such a weird film, but it's so good. It's like this man, he lives on a farm. Simple man, simple life. He has a simple life. He commits a crime. I can't tell you what it is because you have to find that out. But he commits a crime, and because of that crime, he ends up losing his mind. That's what I can tell you. He ends up losing his mind. And it's, look. Next up is Nappily Ever After. Look, this is a film for all my little black girls. Basically it's about this woman who has this need to be perfect all her life. She's been growing up, her mom told her to be perfect, keep your hair straight, no hair out of line, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And one day she realized, I was doing all this and I'm not happy. So she shaved her head and just started making herself happy. Like, she found her own freedom. So I would suggest that you guys watch it. It's a natural hair. For my natural mamas that's thinking about thinking about going natural and stuff, transitioning mamas, whatever your hair is, love yourself, love your hair, do you, sis. Like, do what makes you happy. Don't do something because society is telling you to do that. If your hair grew out your head, guess what? It's for you. Just gotta learn it. It's okay. Trial and error. You see me, you saw my wash and go. If you didn't see my wash and go, it'll be linked right up here. Linked right up there. You want to see my failed wash and go. I keep it real on my channel. Ain't nothing perfect. You just got to keep working at it. Another one is Hush. I love this movie because it's basically about this deaf woman who somebody breaks into her house, but she couldn't hear it, and she's basically fending for herself, like trying to stay alive because this person is trying to murder her. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Woo, horror film. If you want to be scared, woo, I would watch that. That movie, I don't care how many times I watch that, I would still be shook. Like, that movie is great. Look at the come through. So there was lighting in my room before I started this video, and I took some fire flicks. Go on my Instagram. If you're not stalking me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, but stalk me on Instagram. It's in the description, and you'll see the fire flicks that I took with the sunlight before like it left my room. But back to the movie. Yes, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Basically, a body was found. They have no record of this person, and weird things start happening to the coroners as they're like doing the autopsy of this random woman. Salt. Angelina. Okay, Angelina Jolie. Okay, Angelina. She did that. This movie is basically about Angelina Jolie. She plays like a CIA agent that's accused of treason, and basically she goes off the grid. Like, it's all about it's all about her going off the grid and like basically, I'm gonna say trying to clear her name. It's called Dream House. There were so many twists and turns in that movie. I just couldn't believe it. Like, it was beautifully written. Like, this has to be one of my favorite films. Basically what happens is this guy moves into this house. Without giving a lot away, he moves into this house and to figure out like that there was a horrific murder in the house. And he discovers who he is, and his public enemy. Basically, this is a true story. It's based on a bank robber, a famous bank robber in the 1930s who went rampant in the States. Basically, that was his life. Like, that's what he did. All he did was rob banks. That's how he make his money. And yeah, he evaded them for the longest. It's based on his life. It's starring Johnny Depp. Come on, Johnny, come through with the movies. Come through. I love Johnny Depp. Period. So next up is Chernobyl Diaries. Basically, this movie is based in Chernobyl, where which is in Russia, where a nuclear power plant, one of their like poles, I forgot what they call it. One of their poles like exploded, and there was like a nuclear explosion. And I think till this day, people like the radiation is so high there that people can still like, there's literally like what is it called, a blockade. Like, people cannot like be in that like proximity, or they'll like have like radiation poisoning. But these teens decided to go there, thought it would be cute, thought it would be fun to go and get radiation poisoning. But it's a horror film, so watch that, because a lot of crazy things happen to them. Look, and final one is The Super. If you want a thriller, if you want creepy, watch The Super. If you want thrill seeking, watch The Super. Like, basically, there's an apartment building, and people just keep turning up missing, and nobody knows what happened. They just assume like that person moved out because their whole like apartment is cleared out, but they're being murdered, but the bodies are never found, and it's all happening in this apartment building. That's all I can tell you without giving away the whole movie, the twists and turns of this movie. This watch that. Okay, so that's the end of my video, and if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below the movies that you watched before, or if after you watch the movie, if you love the movie, and be like, Joe, put me onto TV shows, because I'm always watching Netflix. I'm always on Netflix. So thank you for watching my video. And for those who've been watching me, I know you see the color. I know you see the color, sis. I'm gonna drop a video about my hair and why my puffs are purple and blue. I'm gonna drop that video for y'all. Love you guys. What's up, my Simply Nation?